Today we're gonna talk. Well, I was thinking and I started to get really worked up, so I needed to kind of vent, and I figured this would be a good way to not only help get this off my chest, but maybe somewhere along the line help somebody else. So, I was thinking about depression and suicide and bullying, self worth, all that fun stuff. Um, the first thing I wanted to talk about is depression. Um, Depression is not what society makes it out to be. I'm tired of seeing these little teenage girls and these emo kids, I guess you could call it, say they're depressed. I, as a person who's gone through depression my entire life, it's a slap to the face to see depression being used as a trend. Um, it's killing me to see people cut themselves and do all that for attention more than, because let's face it, and you can disagree with me all you want. If you're depressed and you're actually suicidal, nobody knows but you. Bottom line, maybe your few closest friends. Look at Robin Williams. I'm using him as an example. Who would have fucking guessed that he would have killed himself, that he would have been depressed, that he would have been going through all this internal pain? Nobody, because he didn't fucking cut himself and post pictures on Instagram. He didn't post fucking Facebook posts about it all day saying, oh, I hate myself, just to get comments, just to get attention, because that's not what depression is. Now, your self-confidence may be low, but that's a way different thing. We'll talk about that later. Depression is when you can't get out of bed in the morning because you can't stand to face another day. Depression is when you deny your best friend's calls time after time, so because you just can't lie anymore. Depression is every time somebody even thinks, like every time you're at a grocery store and somebody's like, hey, how are you? You feel like you need to scream, you need to get something out every fucking time because you've got this pain inside of you. Now, I'm not talking about peer-to-peer groups, Facebook groups that people go to talk about depression and what they're thinking. That's way different. That's people who are looking for help and looking for guidance. I'm talking about people who post, people who, I think you understand what I mean. I hope you do. I'm not saying any of this to be mean. I'm saying any of this because I'm sick and tired of seeing suicides. Suicide has become an epidemic in every place, because depression has become a fad. It's become hip to be depressed, I guess. And then they've got those people who actually are depressed, and their parents and their friends think, oh, they'll get over it. But if you're actually depressed, you don't just get over it. I remember a time in my life where I started having suicidal thoughts. 2 years ago, I started having suicidal thoughts, and I was like, okay, this is just me being a teenager. My hormones are getting to me. I'm being this is just normal. And the more I had suicidal thoughts, and the more I hated myself, the more hush hush I got about it. The more I was being ashamed of these thoughts inside my head. I was having thoughts, vibrant thoughts, almost dreams of me hanging myself, of me shooting myself and just leaving. And I know people find this hard to believe that people go through this, and that people but guys, this is, I beg you, please stop faking depression. You can be depressed, you can be sad. There's a difference between sadness and depression. And if you're really depressed, get help. Because I used to be that guy that was like, I don't need help, I'll get through this on my own. And hell, I still am. Whenever I'm having a bad day, whenever the thoughts in my head are tormenting me, I'll lay in bed and feel sorry for myself. Which brings, I'm gonna stop talking about that part of it. Bullying. Bullying is a huge problem right now. But it's not because of the bullies. People want to stop the bullies. People, the bullies aren't what's causing the suicides. I hate to tell you. Bullies, yes, they encourage. They make people feel bad about themselves. They pick on, they beat up. And yeah, that sucks. That doesn't need to happen. But the problem is it's going to happen. Till the dawn of time. There's no way to stop that. Because you put 1,000 kids in a school, there's going to be, human nature shows there's going to be at least, the very least, there's going to be one bad kid that's going to try and beat people up and pick on people. It's going to happen. And so I think what we need to stop focusing on is bullying. I think we need to turn our focus to self-confidence, self-worth, what people think about themselves. Because at the end of the day, if you have some dick come up to you and say, fuck you, you're not worth anything, you're going to rot in hell, you piece of shit. And somebody came up to tell me that where I am, in the place I am now, I'd be like, okay, and I would move on with my life. It wouldn't affect me because my self-confidence is at an all-time high right now. And you can kind of shrug that stuff off. Somebody punches me in the face, I'm gonna punch him back, but somebody punches you in the face, if you have self-confidence and self-worth, you'll know that it's them trying to feel confident. All bullies are trying to do. All bullies are self-loathing. They hate themselves. That's why they have to pick on you. They have to make themselves feel better about themselves. They are just as fucking sad as you. The only difference is that you're better than them. And you are better than them. I don't care if people were saying nobody's better than anybody. You're better than them. Anybody who would pick on you because you're homosexual, pick on you because you're crippled, pick on your the way you look, they're pieces of shit and they don't deserve the air they breathe. I'm sorry. That's point blank. As a person who went through abuse, I don't think that people who abuse people and people who bully people should walk the face of the planet. I think they are the scum of the earth and they don't deserve to breathe. Point blank. But there's no getting rid of those people. There's only making yourself a better person and caring about yourself. And lastly, I'm sitting here wondering, I was thinking about my past. There is nothing that this society does for people who are going through suicide. Yeah, we've got hotlines, we've got inspirational posts on Facebook, we've got videos like these. But what do you really do day to day to help somebody who's going through suicide, depression? You do absolutely nothing is the answer. Most people do nothing. I'm not gonna call out everybody. Hell, even I do nothing. But that's gonna change because I've got a proposal to everybody. Once a day, I'm gonna start this today. Once a day, I want you to go up to somebody who looks sad, who looks like they're having a hard time, whether it be in a grocery store, whether it be anywhere. Find one person a day that's having a hard time and tell them you care about them. Tell them that you love them and that they are worth it. Because, I mean, you never know what that person's about to go do. You never know. And maybe, just maybe, you can form a connection with that person that will last and stop them from doing what they're going to do. When I post this video on YouTube, I'm going to post a link to a song. Sorry about that. That's my phone going off. I'm going to post a link to a song called Coming Down by a band called Five Finger Death Punch. I urge you, whether you're into rock music, whether you're into opera music, listen to the song. If not, listen to the song. Go look up the lyrics, read the lyrics. Or mute. I would actually say watch the video. The video is life-changing. It really gives you perspective on what we need to do as a society. So thank you for watching if you're watching, and have a good day. I mean, care about yourself, love yourself, because in the end of the day, that's all that matters.